Welcome back to Holistic Oasis, your go-to channel for uncovering fascinating stories that nourish the mind, body, and soul. In part 2, we'll delve deeper into ancient Egypt's justice system, uncovering 5 more punishments that will leave you speechless. From terrifying trials by ordeal to symbolic punishments designed to obliterate the very essence of an individual, these practices reveal the lengths to which the ancient Egyptians went to maintain harmony and appease their gods. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like this video, and share it with your friends. Your support keeps us going and helps us bring you more mind-blowing content. Let's begin our journey into the darker side of ancient Egyptian justice with one of the most chilling punishments imaginable: being sealed alive in tombs. Imagine the terror, the suffocating darkness closing in, the weight of thousands of tons of stone sealing your fate. Tomb robbers, those desperate and audacious enough to plunder these sacred sites, faced a fate far worse than a swift death. Once caught, they were sometimes trapped alive in the very tombs they desecrated, their cries for mercy swallowed by the cold, unyielding stone. Can you imagine the slow, agonizing death they faced, left to suffocate in the stale air or succumb to the creeping grip of starvation? Their only companions, the spirits of those whose eternal slumber they had dared to disturb. The ancient Egyptians believed that a proper burial, with all its elaborate rituals and offerings, was essential for the soul to make its journey through the underworld and find peace in the afterlife. To be sealed alive in a tomb surrounded by the dead but denied a place among them was to be trapped in a terrifying purgatory. In the intricate tapestry of ancient Egyptian law, not all judgments were decided by human hands. In these cases, the ancient Egyptians turned to a higher power, appealing to their gods for divine intervention through a practice known as trial by ordeal. One of the most harrowing examples of this practice was the trial by fire. Picture this: a path of burning embers, glowing red-hot under the relentless desert sun. You, the accused, must walk across this fiery gauntlet, your bare feet exposed to the searing heat. If you emerge from the ordeal unscathed, your feet miraculously untouched by the flames, then the gods have spoken. You are innocent. But if the fire consumes your flesh, leaving you blistered and broken, then the gods have passed judgment. You are guilty. The price of sacrilege, shrouded in eternal darkness. In the pantheon of ancient Egyptian beliefs, nothing was more sacred than religion. To commit a religious offense, to defile a sacred object, to utter blasphemies against the gods, these were not just crimes against the temple, they were assaults on the very essence of Ma'at, the cosmic order that held chaos at bay. Of all the punishments meted out for religious crimes, none were perhaps as symbolic, as profoundly life-altering as blinding. For those found guilty of blaspheming the gods, of desecrating temples or violating sacred laws, this was their fate: to be stripped not just of their physical sight, but also of their spiritual connection to the divine. Their eyes, the windows to their souls, would be forever closed, their connection to the gods severed. The offender, shrouded in perpetual darkness, would become a living embodiment of their crime, a stark reminder to others of the price of sacrilege. The shackles of shame. Punitive marriages in ancient Egypt. In cases of social or sexual misconduct, where the fabric of society itself was threatened, the Egyptians employed a unique form of punishment: forced marriage. Imagine a society where reputation was paramount, where social standing could be irrevocably tarnished by a single misstep. In such a world, a forced marriage, while seemingly less brutal than physical punishment, could be a potent tool for social control, a way to repair damaged reputations and enforce conformity. Consider a scenario where a man is found guilty of seducing a woman under false pretenses, bringing shame upon her family and disrupting the delicate balance of their community. Instead of resorting to corporal punishment, the authorities might decree a forced marriage between the two. The man, now bound to the woman he wronged, would be compelled to take responsibility for his actions, restoring a semblance of order and honor. Erased from existence, the symbolic burial. In the grand tapestry of life and death, as perceived by the ancient Egyptians, there was perhaps no fate more terrifying than to be denied a proper burial. For them, death was not an end but a transition, a perilous journey through the underworld to reach the afterlife. To be denied a proper burial was to be cast adrift in the void, your soul forever wandering the desolate wastelands of the netherworld, unable to find peace, unable to reunite with loved ones who had passed on before you. This ultimate punishment, this symbolic erasure from the book of life, was reserved for the most heinous of criminals, those whose crimes struck at the very heart of Ma'at, the cosmic order that governed all things. Traitors who betrayed their pharaoh, murderers who spilled innocent blood, those who committed sacrilege against the gods, these were the souls deemed unworthy of a place in the afterlife. Their memory, like their body, would fade into dust, a cautionary tale whispered on the winds, a stark reminder of the consequences of straying too far from the path of righteousness. And so, we conclude our journey through the labyrinthine corridors of ancient Egyptian justice, a system where punishments were as diverse and intriguing as the civilization itself. We've witnessed the brutal and the bizarre, the symbolic and the pragmatic, each punishment a reflection of a society deeply invested in maintaining order, upholding religious beliefs, and ensuring the continuity of their way of life. The ancient Egyptians were obsessed with the afterlife, and their intricate beliefs about judgment, punishment, and reward in the realm of the dead were just as fascinating as their earthly practices. Subscribe now and turn on notifications so you don't miss this thrilling exploration of the ancient Egyptian afterlife.